Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maven. You about midway to the midday with Marcus Maven. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maven. So sit back and relax and watch Maven.
Break it down like this.
Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And people, I don't know if we have any special segments set up for you, but I know this is going to be a day of intense, passionate conversation. Steve Rummage in the building, Brian Hall in the booth.
It's going to be good because today I think we're going to have a nice mix of passion both ways. You know, I think it's going to be a little bit of, we're going to have to talk about what happened in some areas, what is an issue going forward in some areas. In both sports, I think we're going to have to talk about how good can we be still. So a lot of stuff to get to.
Brian Hall in the booth. Brian, what's going on, my man?
I know one thing's for sure that my Minnesota Vikings pulled off the victory last night, and that's a win in every sense
You're
of
welcome.
the word. So.
You're welcome. Yep. Actually,
Don't
I have
do that, Steve.
I have a letter from Kellen Moore that says
Don't
you're welcome.
do that,
on the
Steve.
final drive. We are marching down the field.
Don't do that,
It
Steve.
is all you have to do is continue to pass the ball, and these jackasses hand the ball off.
Oh, Steve.
Idiots.
I honestly was.
They're not going to make playoffs down. They're done.
Oh, give Brian more props than that.
Come on, Dalvin Cook all day. He was all over that.
Give
What
him
happened
more
to Zeke
credit
Elliott
than
last
that,
night, by the way?
Steve.
They're okay.
Don't be that way.
I'm a Ravens fan.
Because here's the thing. You want people to acknowledge when your team just lays the wood
Yes.
on your,
Yes.
come on, man. Like,
Yes.
talk to him more. Listen,
Good win.
it's not bad. It's not bad enough
Yeah.
that we had the opportunity of a lifetime to be graced by the presence of Mom's Hall.
Yes.
That is true.
Mom's Hall.
She went out to the Youngstown State game, was pumped. She took the grandkids out, which would be my niece and nephew. So,
Right. Listen, Mom's Hall brought the kids by the guard house just to say hello, and Steve was like, hi,
Listen,
I'm Steve Rummage.
I owe Mom's Hall a major
G.
apology because here's the deal. I heard, she come up, she's talking to Marcus and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. A lot of people do that. It's no big deal. I'm used to that. I heard her out of the corner of my
Go ahead
ear
and say it, Steve.
I'm Brian's mom. I'm thinking listen, this is going to be terrible. But I'm like, oh.
who's Brian?
She must be Brian Kaiser's mom.
What Brian Kaiser of all the Brians come to your
Brian
mind?
Kaiser come from?
We share faith. And I'm just like, and I was just like,
Because he's white.
well, yeah, I am. We're both white.
What
Say,
white Brian do we know?
she said, and when she says it, and the way she come up to Marcus, I'm like, oh, it's Brian Kaiser's mom. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna just jump into that conversation.
I didn't play with Brian Kaiser, right?
No, I know, but y'all were still,
Yeah.
crossing
paths.
paths quite a bit. So I was like, okay, no big deal. So I didn't want to jump into that conversation. Mom's Hall, I apologize. Had I known that was you, I would have give her the full, just Steve Rummage, come and give me a hug. It's nice to meet you. Your son is awesome. All the good stuff. I would have done that. So next time I will definitely do that.
With all due respect, I was sent in and supposed to give you an apology as well.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I know Marcus, and I never met Steve or seen him, and I didn't realize that was Steve right there.
Oh, well, why didn't you
or
lead
I would
with
have
that?
said something to him.
Why didn't you lead with that? Yeah, hey, apology accepted.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
No.
I wouldn't have went on that spill.
In all honesty,
Very nice.
Steve
Very
looked
sweet.
mortified when he found out that he had just missed the opportunity.
It's all
yeah.
good. She was real excited. She said the grandkids were nervous about going
Yeah,
up
right.
there, and then they're like, "Oh, he's a former basketball player."
They were listen.
Yeah.
They looked like they were having a good time. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
like
yeah,
I said,
they always have a good time with KK. They call her KK.
that works.
That was good, man. No, it was
Speaking of family members, Pops Wara, thanks for coming on by. Thanks for the little the treats. Thank you so much, Pops Wara. He came by the golf house as well, people. I'm telling you, I don't know why you're not going to the golf. He flies in, checks out his son, and times it so he can fly out either that night or early in the morning. That man is globetrotting.
He, well, I mean, my gosh, I mean, with him. I mean, he had members of the, I won't say who because I don't know who they need to know, but I mean members of the Nigerian basketball.
He got talented people.
Yeah, and you're like, well, this is awesome, man. No, but
Again, golf house people.
he's such a great, and he smells great. I don't know why. I know. I'm sorry.
Make sure you get that clip.
Yeah, but Pop Swirl would it smell great.
There was what else there? I don't want to miss out anything. John Salzman. Let me just give him a shout out.
yeah.
Brian Hall.
Did y'all shut it down?
You ever hung out with John Salzman?
I have, man. That is a party in itself.
Woo! Shout out to John Salzman.
I don't drink,
That
but
guy knows how to party.
I don't drink,
And
but I
shout
had
out
a
for
feeling
to me.
if I hadn't have left, I would probably be in here today. Like, I'm full. I
He
drink.
always brings high energy too. Like he just like you said, Steve. He just makes you wanna party.
He had us talking with the real life entourage and one of the most powerful sports agents in the country and his lawyer. That's who I was sitting at the bar with.
I believe that. I believe that.
In Aljays. You people, Wednesday night, I'm telling you right now, you better come hang out.
Oh yeah.
So, Steve, are we gonna work backwards or are we gonna get the rough stuff? Just get it on first.
Where's the energy today? Because here's what I'm kind of curious, man. As aggravated as I was,
Brian Hall.
I have a super odd question from the phone caller, and it was weird.
okay, I like that.
All right, so it comes from our man softball dad Dustin. He wanted to ask Steve, did you ask Pops Enoch what kind of cologne he wears?
No,
You would absolutely never be able to do that.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to do that. I was like,
Why do you think that's an odd question, Brian?
A little bit.
Because you don't know my history of.
fair enough.
Well, when he told me to ask you, I was like, is there some kind of inside joke by this? And he goes, just ask him. They'll know what I'm talking about.
No, yeah, listen, never ask someone what cologne they don't ask a man because a man, and don't give away your cologne, gentlemen. You work hard to find the right scent to get noticed or to do your thing. What you can't do is give away your scent because it won't work for somebody else and they'll screw it up. They'll buy 10 bottles of it and they'll screw it up.
It's fair.
That's
And then everybody be wearing it. Everybody smells like Marcus. You got that new Maven spray?
that would suck. That would absolutely suck. Okay, we're okay. You asked the question, Steve.
Yeah.
You kind of posed the question. Where is the energy at today? Now, a lot of times I would just go to the text line. What are y'all really interested? Because here's the thing. One way is going to go negative, one way is going to go positive, but the energy, like,
Wish that I was on a rocky top down in the Tennessee.
You get to celebrate today.
ain't no telephone bills.
Once I had a girl on
Rocky Top,
and by the other
half cat,
wild and a mean but
sweet ass soda pop. I still dream about that. Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
That's fair. That's fair. And people would say, some would say, well, Steve, your team lost. You can't laugh at that. You're wrong. You're wrong. Because I watched Kentucky snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory.
Tennessee would not let the defeat go. Tennessee held on to the Tennessee had defeat in a rear naked chokehold.
We're going to lose this game. And Kentucky was like, by God, you are. Give me the ball. We're going home with the nail, not you guys.
Tennessee had a BJ Penn level rear naked
Yeah.
chokehold, and they refused to let
Yeah.
go of the L. And Kentucky just came in. Hit him
We'll
with
get
a rock.
into the Louisville game, but yeah, Louisville just showed them got your butt kicked. It happens. Y'all look stupid. Y'all look stupid. Did you see the Kentucky guy at the end of the game? He just grabbed the ball and threw it in the stands at the end of the game. Like,
Did you see their? Oh my God, Brian! Tell me you saw that. I need your description of that.
Of
Did you see their linemen pick up that football off the ground and just launch it? I cannot
like
believe.
Mekhi Becton out there, man.
I cannot believe he. Listen,
Ennis said he's now Limbo's backup.
I mean, what? Listen, where would you think? In what sports event would that ever be okay?
Dude, and the Tennessee guy was just like, yeah, like I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Like the frustration in that defensive tackle's body.
Tennessee out here tanking for transferring Tua, and y'all wouldn't let him. No, I want Tua when he transfers.
That's a full just frustration. Just give me the ball.
How about that?
What's that?
GEAUX Tigers.
Wow.
Good job.
And like I said, I'm not backing down off my statement, man. That's a game that Alabama comes out and you're like, oh, LSU can win. LSU's going to win. And Alabama just looks like a machine. And you're like, yeah, that was not the case. LSU beat them from beginning to end.
Miami.
Okay, well, before we do, one more shout out. The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers.
Congratulations.
Bust up.
I had to
Whatever.
send you all.
That
Because
was
we were talking
perfect.
about that game on Friday, and you guys
Yes.
were like, "I don't know, they still have
I
SEC
know.
talent." I pulled the they supposed to be SEC.
Hey, just
I mean,
halftime, 35-7.
And you knew why we thought that would
They
happen.
put a
I
butt
guess,
kicking on them so hard they got the coach fired.
I know.
listen, and well deserved.
Yeah.
You earned that fire.
Western looked good, man.
You
They
told-
kicked their rear ends.
You
dude.
earned that fire.
So
One
is Bobby
more.
Petrino back with Arkansas next year?
Probably.
We're gonna
They
have that.
won it.
We're gonna have
They
to have
won
that
it.
conversation.
Let's go.
One more shout out. Women's field hockey will host an NCAA
Yes, number
tournament
4
game.
seed.
Good job, ladies. Good job. Good job.
Well done. Well done.
Any more shout outs?
First time ever.
Well, it depends.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Great job.
No,
Lamar.
that was that.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Louisville basketball team, Lamar Jackson.
I know.
Yeah, that's a job.
My gosh, man.
That's a job. Your basketball team, no, you don't get those yet.
No, not for this. But Lamar, listen, Lamar is not a shout out. Lamar, we got to have a conversation real quick.
Yeah.
Can I just say I was at that game, and he ran that spinning touchdown. We were about 10 rows up in the end zone, and he ran straight to us and was right in front of us about 10 rows up. It was awesome.
Lamar Jackson, and let me start here real quick. Lamar Jackson loves this university. He loves, you can tell. But U of L fans,
We became closer.
pat yourself on the backs because what you did is you guaranteed Lamar Jackson now will stand in a Florida area and look at them now and be like, yeah, y'all ain't got what they got up at Louisville.
Three times yesterday,
Yeah.
a Go Cards chant broke out in Cincinnati.
Really?
Yeah,
Three
loud.
times the whole stadium.
And listen to this. Drew Diener this morning's talking to the radio guy from the Ravens.
Ah.
The guy says all week the conversation was this is a trap game because they're going to go up there to Cincy. They're going to be wanting a win.
Yep, new quarterback.
He said, and it was noticed from everybody, the Louisville fan base. He said that was a home game for us.
There was probably just as many Louisville fans as there were Ravens as there were Bengals.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a third each.
That's
And
kinda what they were saying.
There was a Go Cards chant at least 3 times that I heard. And then the time when Lamar turned around and threw up the L's, we were in the end zone, so we didn't know what was going on. And all of a sudden, there was just a huge uproar on the sideline, and we're like, what's going on over there? And then you look over, and Lamar's just like throwing his L's
Yeah.
up, looking around, and the Cards fans were going nuts. One other thing
Yeah.
that happened was they started this happened 4 or 5 times. they started MVP chants. And the big thing about that was it's for the opposing quarterback.
Yeah.
You could do that together too.
Yeah.
Cardinal fans, Baltimore
and they
fans.
and they made a point. He made a point to say, he said Lamar fed off that early.
Yep.
You could tell. And again, you heard Kevin Harlan and them say it yesterday. The run he had was, you know how they talk about a Heisman moment.
Yep.
He said, Kevin Harlan on the broadcast, they said this is a run. They said that you'll be watching for years.
That's the first thing I said to like my buddies that were with
Yeah.
me. I go, dude, we just watched the run of the year. I was like, this is gonna be like all over.
It's
all
gonna
the
be one of his
promos and
career
everything
moments.
Yeah,
for the next year.
just Lamar. I mean,
Yeah.
his Michael Vick, Green Bay, not quite there, in significance, but it's going to be on that collage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, here's something people hadn't thought about. There was a game going on a little later on. It was a game. Nobody was paying attention to, only the teams that care, right?
Yeah.
Something happened to win the game or lose the game. Do you know what it is? Sorry, I got low. Do you know what it is, people? Think about what was going on around the league yesterday that could have something to do with Lamar in the MVP race. Around the league, something that could affect the Lamar MVP race, and it happened yesterday.
That's a good one.
Think about MVP candidate. It's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. MVP candidates and their performances yesterday.
Okay. I'm trying to think.
Deshaun Watson's on a bye week.
Mahomes.
Got busted.
Yeah.
Who else?
I don't know. Russell Wilson plays tonight.
You're almost there. One more guy left.
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey. Did
Yeah.
you see what happened?
Yeah, got stuffed at the
Got
line.
stuffed at the
I
line.
think he scored.
You mean your fantasy football Christian McCaffrey? You
No,
think he
no,
scored?
I don't have him. And actually, he's on my cousin's team. My cousin's like one of them. Like, he complains about everything. But I actually think he scored. But still,
He didn't get the call.
but he didn't get it. But yeah, he got stuffed.
You
Yeah.
get stuffed.
Yeah, he got stuffed.
While
Sure.
the other Heisman put up a perfect quarterback rating for the second time in
yeah.
16 starts. And Peyton had 3 in 276 starts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And definitely the youngest person to do it.
Yeah. Drew Brees was terrible.
And Drew Brees got busted.
Yeah. Yeah. Texter, I think that's what that text is going to say, that Marshawn Lynch run. That's what that reminded me of. Because you know how they still play that. And when I say that, everybody knows the playoffs where he runs through the dude.
finish.
Yeah, yeah. And you're like, oh my gosh. Like that was what you saw. No, that's a good point too, man. I think he's moving up in the race. Let the Niners go out and rip up Russell Wilson tonight. That's going to be a big game, though. That's a big game. Like, so yeah.
Steve,
good.
stop dancing around this Miami game. Stop it.
I may piss some people off. We'll see. We'll see.
Because they want their pound of flesh from you today.
Maybe. Yeah. And I'm. Do you want to go into it?
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Do you want to do a macro?
Brian Hall, you can jump into the Miami as well.
Do you want me to? You want me to go macro?
You start
first?
off because you're emotional about it.
Okay, I'll start off and I'll go macro before we break it down. And let me give the caveat real quick. I'm not saying there's going to be some things Louisville did wrong, and I'm kind of aggravated with Louisville about. But at the end of the day, man, you showed up and just got beat. I mean, it was senior night. I totally underestimated how much Miami cared about those seniors. I think that became very apparent, very clear that class was very beloved by that fan base. It was senior night. They were ready to go.
They were ready to go.
They just kicked your butt.
And like I think system wise, you were ready to go, but your intensity level could not match theirs.
No, not at all. And it was apparent very quick.
Go ahead, keep on.
Now today, I will look at some things. I know we both talked about it. We'll look at some things and say, okay, what was an issue then, or what's an issue going forward,
Right.
But now on the
Texter, you're right. Miami has dudes.
yeah, they were good, man.
And you could see it right away. You're like, dude, they got some players.
And I'm gonna bow down to you. I do this in basketball. I don't like doing it in football very much because I try to establish my dominance. But you said something 2 games ago against Pitt with I think it was Pitt with Jaron Williams.
Yep.
Now we loved him in the first game
Against Florida.
Remember, I texted you and I said this kid's good, man.
This kid's
good.
He got prematurely benched.
Yeah.
coach
I
panicked.
think so.
And they wasted 5 games.
They brought him back in, and you text me and immediately was like, dude, this may be an issue. And I was like, nah, his confidence,
Brian
I think
Hall,
he's done.
2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
Jaron Williams comes in, and he throws that exact slant coming from the other side to win the game against Pittsburgh because N'Kosi Perry was stinking it up. That ball came out so hot off his arm, right? I was like, listen, when you watch these quarterbacks, the ones that when they get under pressure, they almost throw it harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like when the game moments get intense, they throw it a little, with a little more bite to it. Those guys get better and better and better. That's kind of what I liked about Lamar before he started trying to put all his touch on the ball. He was like, nah, get the ball to the guy. You got to catch it. I think Lamar's getting back to, no, these are professional receivers.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to adjust my football to, if I can get it to you, right? Williams, I saw it then, and I said, Steve, their season just changed, turned around.
No, you did, man. You did. And I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, I think they're, I don't know if
we were hoping they quit. We were hoping
Yeah.
they gave up. We were hoping they was just going to lose confidence.
You were right. Miami won't lose another game this year. They're playing well, and if they can, they're still a game behind or so. But if they can get in that ACC title game, they'll get beat by Clemson, but they'll give them a game. They'll
You want
play
to hear
with them.
kind of an unheard of stat? He had 15 completions on the game. 6 of those went for touchdowns.
Now, part of that, now this is where I'm going to go on the flip side. Part of that is Louisville, you played like very undisciplined at times with some things you did.
Let me stop you right there.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on to your you can put notes and hold on to your thoughts, right?
Yeah.
But just because you said undisciplined, I repeat, a rule of thumb for life of Marcus Maben in the sports world. A lot of times I don't care how the game finishes.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus, the critique, Marcus, how did you come to play? Steve, what were the first 2 penalties of the game for Louisville? Back-to-back face mask.
Yeah, face mask.
You know why? You know why they got face masks?
Yeah.
They got face masks because they weren't trying to pop.
We were tackling like crap.
Listen, all season, what we have been most impressed about the defense is we let you catch the ball and we go pop you.
Yeah.
I'll let you catch it, but I'm going to hit you real hard, right?
Yes.
And we've got them slow down quarterbacks. We slow down receivers, get receivers thinking twice about that slant, that hot slant up the middle. They were popping every game early, and we were like, ooh, eventually that ball's going to come out a little later on.
Yeah.
That was the style of play they brought to the table defensively.
Yes.
Even with giving up the yards. I knew right then on the second one, you remember how they were taking on blocks and making a way for their other defenders?
Yes.
Take on the block, swarm. When they got those 2 face mask penalties, I said they didn't come to play.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Like I said, they're reaching for the ball, trying to create a turnover. So I'm not saying they're not playing hard or they're not, their head is not into it. I'm saying you forgot about your fundamentals and you forgot about the commitment, the physical commitment it takes to slow a team down.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and hit this one real quick because I know a lot of the Marlon character, the play where you turn around. The turnaround don't bother me that bad.
Right.
Because we kind of talked about this. I think people would be shocked to know how easy it is to look up into the sun and say, and I know it was raining. I know it started raining, but at the beginning of the game, you're looking up into the cloud, the ball comes. Sometimes you feel like he's going to run a post corner.
Dude, hey.
My problem wasn't that he turned. My problem was that he got cooked off the line.
A millisecond of a millisecond.
Yeah.
You peek up to catch that football.
Yeah.
But you're running as hard as you can to catch up with this slant post.
I know.
To know when you're close enough to make a play on the ball. So you're looking, you glance up to catch that ball because you're, like I said, you're in at least tackling position. Or is it time for me to like tackle him and get the pass interference? Like But that peak, you can see anything upstairs. Like, lights, gray, bird.
Well, Miami's a weird stadium. It's a weird
Yeah,
stadium.
right.
Yeah.
Just a millisecond will make you,
The seats are covered, but the field isn't. It's got that
yeah.
canopy on
Right,
it.
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's
right.
weird.
So think about it. That's sun. That's different, a totally different color
Yeah.
when you look right on up. So So,
but again, like I said,
I saw that
I'm
one.
still aggravated because you just got cooked. I mean, like even if you didn't turn around, like you messed up. So that wasn't good. But anyways, just that between that. Then you started going off sides, or I'm sorry. Then you started false start. Then we started hold. Now I will say, I'm gonna say it's one time only, and then we're gonna move on from it. And I don't have to say it ever again. It was established early that Miami was gonna be able to do a few things that Louisville wasn't gonna be able to do officially with the officials. I don't care. You can get mad at that. You can say, you're blaming the refs, whatever. I'm not blaming the refs because you lost. I'm just saying it was established
early
that was
they were going to be able to be the aggressor.
Yeah. And Louisville's had games that's benefited them this year
listen,
too.
Verbally, legally,
yeah,
they had a long road.
Yeah, when you can get hit in the end zone and you can jump up and get right in my guy's face, screaming, and a ref just says, hey, okay, you're going to let them bring the fire today.
Right.
Like,
I get up off the ground. You give an extra push on the ground, stand over me. The referee says, there's no fellas.
Robbie Bell jumps in on a ball that's on the ground.
Yep.
And you feel like he jumped in a millisecond late and give me a 15-yard personal foul. Like, that's, okay. All right, I see where we're at.
Everybody pulls people off the pile, and you go unsportsmanlike. Just like, yeah.
But, again, Miami earned it, man. Miami showed up ready to kick your butt, dude.
At the end of the day, like, listen, that's why the emotion isn't too heavy on it. Like, but there's two conversations: motivation conversation and football talk conversation.
Well, I think we've covered the motivation part. I don't think our team showed up. I think they showed up thinking they win.
Yeah, but again, forgot some of the key things that got them there.
Another thing I learned yesterday, and I hate to even make this statement. It's why I think Louisville can win out, but it's why depending on what bowl they get in, I'm not sure you can win. And the reason I say that is, and let's not get it twisted. If they win out, that's 8 wins.
Right.
If they win 2 of the next 3,
right,
that's 7 wins on the season. Pretty good season. For what Now people are going to try to turn it into not, but we have the book, so I got your picture over the number 2 and 3. So before you try to. So anyways, they if you can get any kind of pressure on Louisville does not right now have a guy that consistently can throw the football. We just don't. And that's going to be an issue when you go to Nashville and you play an SEC line. But it is why I am doubling down on I think Louisville will be top 20 next year. And I'm not trying to jump to next year. But so while it does aggravate me, it also does give me a little bit like,
no, listen,
they're going to be really
good. Anybody that watched that game, you said we had